welcome to another episode. This time we're outside the mansion and I really need to talk about what we're going to do today. I've done something that I have repeated a couple of times before. I've dug another hole and yeah, I don't know what it is, but I wanted to make something below our copper converter that we have here. So I decided to go for building a bit even lower basement area underneath the copper converter because we have the space, since all of this almost was filled with cobblestone. So if I land inside of here, you can see that we have a large amount of space. It's almost the same size as the copper converter chamber. We have it a little bit more spaced out, and that's why I had to I dug out this part first, and then I realized that, oh no, I dug a little bit too far, so that's why we have a sort of row here with regular stone, and then we have both cobblestone up and above, or down below and up above. So I'm going to change that, of course. This is not going to be a permanent thing, but that's a future project because I don't know what I want to do with this blank wall as of yet. But back to this project that we're going to do today. So as you can see, it's a massive sort of space, and I'm just going to turn up the gamma a little bit so to show you guys a little bit more better lighting. So here you can see how the whole cave or dugout hole looks like. We have a floor of cobblestone and then walls like this. And you're probably wondering why we have this canal sort of thing around everything of the space. And the reason for that is because we have, or I have actual wall blocks inside of my design in the walls of the of the building, and the walls needed to not be connected this time to anything else. So to get that clean, nice feeling, I had to drag out everything around it because I needed the walls to not connect to this part of the cave walls, or what we're going to call it. So yeah. That's why we have all of this sort of thing here. And let me just close down so it looks regular Minecraft again. So yeah, here we have everything, how it looks, and of course it's not going to look like this the whole time. I'm going to fill this whole bottom area with water. It's going to be a sort of pickup system for the farm that we're going to build here, because if we fill everything in water, the water is going to flow down. And at the lowest part here, we're going to have hoppers that collect everything that we are going to drop down here. And then what are we going to build today? Well, we're going to be a sort of tree farm. Farm is a little bit maybe on the sort of not right side to say, because it's completely manual. I don't know if farms need to be automatic or anything like that, but it's going to be manual. And I just wanted to go into a little bit of why I decided to go with this type of farm before we actually start building it. Well, I have two big reasons for building a manual farm this time and not an automatic one. The first thing is that I haven't found an actual design that I think is both easy to build and also that uses all the tree types. So a little bit of both here. Designs that I haven't liked and I haven't been able to implement in my world. And the second reason is because I want to have a farm that can make every tree type. Sadly, they are not easy to build. I have seen a lot of videos on not every tree type, but I have almost all of them in some farms. But they are completely too complex to build for me to actually try and understand them and everything. So instead, I decided to go for a much simpler solution. We will build a more manual farm, but we can get into getting all the tree types, or almost all the tree types. I have still selected some of them out because I don't want them to either be built in here, or I want to just not have those tree types in my collection as of yet. And most of the thing that we're going to build here is pretty flexible, so I can change it up if I want to, for example, use just oak wood or something like that, because I think that oak is one of the trees that I'm not going to be using. I'm a little bit hesitant on that. We'll see what it goes. But most of the tree types that we're going to using are for, of course, cherry blossom or cherry wood, because it's the new tree type. I want to have a lot of those. I'm also going to put in acacia and jungle, because those are a little bit more sparse to come by. And we got jungle is a little bit of an exception, but acacia logs are not that abundant in the trees. And I'm also going to put in dark oak for sure. Then we're going to have a little bit of change up with maybe birch, maybe, I think if I want to, I can use either azalea or oaks, because they use the same log types. And then we'll see what happens after that. But that's sort of the premise for this episode. We're going to lay focus on the tree farm and how it's going to be built, because we're of course going to build it both pretty and nice. And we're going to take a little bit more focus, I think, on the design today, because the farm in itself is very simple, so it's not going to be that complicated at all. So to start with, I'm going to fill this whole place with water, so everything can get collected easy when I drop something inside of here, so I don't have to go and collect everything at once. It can get collected by the actual collection system that's going to be here. And yeah, we'll see once I've made some progress here what the update is going to be. Okay, so the first update of this video, where we are right now in the project. A lot of things have happened. Like I said, I filled the whole thing with water, and it has already paid off a little bit, since some of these things I had to destroy again since I placed blocks wrong or something like that. Everything got collected inside of the barrier here with the hoppers, so it was just to get down there and get everything back. But as you can see, we have all of the sorts of things. We have these platforms out here, we have some balconies. I have also put in a lot of the basalt that we have here as a sort of the lower wall. Up above here then, we are going to continue on with the more walls, and it's the most sort of design choice of this build. It's going to be built with all sorts of different wood types, and it's going to be the stripped variant. So I have come up with a design for the whole thing, and we're going to put that in together with, of course, cobblestone walls that I'm going to be using as well. We still have some stuff to do here. For example, I need to put in these two staircases that's going to lead up to the main big platform here that we're going to go out. And also I need to actually get a sort of design for the outside of this. So when we have all of the walls and everything, I need to get something like similar to our outcrop here that goes into the copper converter, and I also need to make some sort of bridge that leads down to here from up either from there or somewhere up here, so I can get everything to work. And just before we leave for the next update, I'm going to just turn off the gamma so you can see how it looks in natural lighting that it should be inside of here. So every wall is in place and all of the interior is done on this farm. We have, of course, the design here that I am in love very much with. It brings a little bit of a flair to all of this that I have built here. It was not easy to build, I should say. It takes a little while to change between blocks and everything like that, but they look rather nice, I think. We have all of the tree types that you can find inside of the overworld, I think. Yeah. They should be everything. We have 8 trees, I think, so it's all of them. all of the different types and everything like that. And of course we have these platforms right now that we can plant these trees on. And I still have some details to go over. I need to fix up the entrance a little bit and also make some platforms and everything to get down here a little bit easier in case I had lost my lighter or something like that. So what I need to do right now is that I'm going to get you guys to watch a time lapse and see how fast these trees will grow when I plant them. I have each and every one of them here inside the barrels where I'm going to store all of this excess saplings and everything like that as well. Hopefully we'll get everything, because if I have counted everything correctly, for each and every one of these rows we need 64 or a stack of items. Except for the last one here where we need 4 of each for each platform, so we need 2 stacks. I think I have counted correctly. If I have not, I have to get more saplings, but yeah, that's okay. I have those inside of the sorting system up there, or column, yeah. Yeah, I have those stored, so just to get another one. But yeah, I'm going to plant these, and then you guys get to see how long time it takes for all of the trees to get grown. I maybe need to go into and get some bone meal, but I hope I will not. We'll see how this works in real time, because when you're testing it out in the testing world, it works very fine, but when you test it out in the real world or in this survival world, it's something doesn't work like it used to in the creative world. So enjoy the time lapse while I make the finishing touches on this farm. With that, the time lapse is over, but we still have some trees left. It has taken a little while, and I couldn't wait for actually trying to get all of the trees working. I know that if you have patience enough, they are going to grow, but I decided to wait for there because I needed to get this video out and try and get everything ready for the release. So I decided to stop it here, and I'm going to go around and bone meal everything when everything is ready. But yeah, here you can see how this all things looks, and I really love that the cherry wood or cherry trees here give a little bit of flair with their leaves falling off. I just want to pick up the gamma again to show you guys a little bit, because I think it's rather dark in here. So if we fly down here, you can see that we have all of the different trees that I planted. And yeah, except for some mishaps, it was rather easy to actually plant everything. And you can see that most of the trees has grown. There are a little bit of a stragglers. We see that many of the cherries are they have grown some of them, but not all. We have some birch here, a little bit of spruce. The best trees I think that have actually grown is the dark oak. I think if I walk along this very narrow edge here, we can look and see if everything looks right. And yeah, it seems like the dark wood is the best, and I don't know if it's the configuration or if these trees are used to growing close by, or I don't know really. I know that everything will grow, but I need to get to that. But what happens? Well, you understand that when I go down here and chop everything up, I'm not going to do it in the video because it takes a little while. I have done it in the creative world just to try it out, the method. And we'll have to wait for all of the leaves to fall off, and then when most of them have fallen off, I'm going to just go around and collect the saplings that have been dropped here, or the sticks. Everything else that drops outside of the platforms, they are going to get picked up by the collection system. So with that, we have a finished tree farm, and we're going to go back to this here. And I hope that you have enjoyed this episode. I did at least, and we'll see what happens next time. I'm not going to dig another hole, I think, because now we are closing by on a little bit of a hazard, because we are down now below cobblestone and everything like that. Not much of it is left right now. But yeah, like I said, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, maybe leave a comment, tell me what you liked about it, and even subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. We'll see each other. Goodbye.